What's up, guys? Got another video here for you. It's been like a month again. I'll put up videos when I do, pretty much. Um, I've been ridiculously busy. Summer's been very, very, very hectic. Lots of different kinds of shit to do. This past week I had a pretty decent sized show that I played, and every day was rehearsal. I started recording. Got to apply for graduation for college. It's just bullshit, but whatever. That's besides the point. We're here to talk about some fucking metal. This is the last part of my death metal collection. Then after this, we'll be getting into thrash metal. I've been cleaning and rearranging my room. It's about 85% done. I pretty much just need to clear up this middle section here, and I moved my CD shelf to the opposite side of the room. So yeah, fuck it. Let's get into it. This is I think a really good stack of some death metal shit. But yeah, here we go. This first one here is, I always thought it was Puratenance, but it's actually Puratenance with members of Immortal Damnation. Great Finnish death metal record. Ben Smasher, listen to this shit if you haven't. I know you're like down with Finnish death metal for sure, and I've never heard you mention this. So seriously, check this out. Puratenance, great fucking record, one of my favorites. I'm fairly certain this is a Russian bootleg. My buddy picked up for me for my birthday a few years ago, because he knows how much I love it, and he knows how much I love this nerdy ass death metal shit. So, Puratenance. Next, Horrified by Repulsion. Great fucking death grind record. This came with a second disc of, demos and rarities and all kinds of live stuff, which is unnecessary because the sound's already pretty gruff and horrified or horrific. But it's a good album. I mean, it's death grind. I'm not a huge death grind guy, but I can get down with it when I want. What's next? Next here is Great Is Our Sin by Revocation. It's a good record. I don't listen to this shit like at all anymore. I don't like the proggy things as much as I used to. But Crumbling Imperium and like Theater of Horror is a really good song. Cleaving Giants of Ice is the fucking best song on here by far. But the art's kind of cool and it's different from metal records, so that's cool. Revocation. Next, I haven't listened to this in years. Legal Cayenne by Rings of Saturn, technical deathcore with all the alien themes and shit. The art's super busy, super entertaining to look at. Little bits of jazziness thrown into here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I never listened to it. I'm never in the mood for tech death. This is like the genre of death metal that I'm never, ever in the mood for. But it's good when it hits me. Next is some progressive death metal from Germany, if I remember right. Season of the Tall Pine by Scythe. It's a really cool record. It's like a really somber, funeral doom infused version of Opeth, and really interesting in the melody department. It's really good. Out on Witch's Brew Recordings, and limited to 700 copies, hand numbered. Mine's 233. I blind bought this when I was younger, and I was looking for literally anything that had trees and shit on the cover, because I was like just getting into black metal. I was like, oh, I just want anything with trees, and I know it's gonna be black metal. That's how I got this. That's how I got Finster Forest and shit like that. And it's just it's really cool. A really cool find based on that. Next, Sentenced, Shadows of the Past. Another great Finnish death metal record. I wish I had the original album cover because this one's really stupid. And I don't know, Century Media, you're an idiot because you did this instead of using that awesome old school looking album cover that this originally has. This is another great Finnish death metal record. If you like Puratenance, Convulse, not Demolish, but I mean, if you like Demolish, you might like that. But Finnish death metal. Next, One of my favorite brutal death metal records, A Crash Course in Cranium Crushing by Serial Butcher. This is one of the most fun brutal death metal records I've ever heard in my life. I bought this when we went camping, me and my buddies. Actually, it was my whole band at the time. We went camping into central Wisconsin, and this is what I listened to on the way home with one of my buddies in the car. And I just think of going 90 down country roads while blasting this shit. It's so good. Such a good record. The songs are hilarious too, like Baking Up the Neighbors, Tenderly Blowtorched, Reduced to a Sausage, Frankie's in the Fridge. Yeah. It's stuff like that. It's funny, but it's really good. It sounds serious, but it's goofy. It's a great record. Next, Haunted by 6 Feet Under. This hits the spot on occasion. It really does. I really like this record. I like a couple 6 Feet Under records quite a bit. Some of them are, but this is a good one. This is pretty much Obituary with Chris Barnes on vocals. Go listen to it if you haven't. Next, Graveyard Classics by 6 Feet Under. This is hilarious. It's a great record because it is hilarious. They're playing AC/DC songs and, Dead Kennedys, Jimi Hendrix, Venom, shit like that. Deep Purple. 6 Feet Under. And here's another 6 Feet Under record. Death Rituals. This is like the third metal record I ever bought, like extreme metal record. Involuntary Movement of Dead Flesh, literally I laughed when I first heard it. There's like a dun 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 thing that the guitar does, and he goes brr, 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 brr. It's fucking great. Seriously, go listen to this. It's hilarious. Listen to that. It will literally make you laugh. And Death by Machete is a good track, an actually good track. Next, Skeletal Spectre with Tomb Coven. This is some really good death, dude. By like the same members as like Howling and shit like that. That little crew of folks. I really like this. This should have been the album cover. This is cool and all, but this should have been the album cover. Just saying. Anybody from Skeletal Spectre, if you're watching, I love your record, but that should have been the album art. Listen to this if you like death too. Next, Slamophiliac with Amphilion. It's alright. It's just brutal death metal slam with the alien themes. Splattered Mermaids Reforged in Gore. I'm blocking out a lot of things for many reasons. This is full on regular slam, everything you'd expect. I'm not even going to talk about it. Next is the debut EP by Suicide Silence. I might have just had to turn in my cult card, but I like this. About a Plane Crash is a cool song. I picked this up, and apparently it's really rare or something. Or relatively rare, according to their Instagram. They were talking about it, how it hasn't been repressed in years and all that shit. It's out on Third Degree Records, but it's a good EP if you like the early ages of deathcore. Next, the epitome of why people hated deathcore, The Black Crown by Suicide Silence. It took me years to wind up wanting to hear this ever. It's an alright record now. I liked it a lot more before. When you're young, you like this kind of shit because it's all angsty and angry. But now I'm more into this kind of shit. Effigy of the Forgotten by Suffocation. Great record. Probably one of my most listened to death metal records. Infecting the Crypts. Seeds of the Suffering, Jesus Wept. Mass Obliteration. Come on. Great record. No explanation needed. Next, Symphony of Slit Throats by Syphilic. This is disgusting. Brutal death metal, as brutal death metal does. The reason I'm covering up a couple of those album covers with my hand is because I don't want this shit getting flagged, taken down, and me getting a strike or something. Next, Of Terror and the Supernatural by Temple of Void. This record is so fucking amazing. Go listen to this now, please, Temple of Void, do yourself the favor. If you like the sentenced, if you like the slower Swedish bands like Sorcery and stuff like that, just listen to this. It's so good. One of my favorite old school modern death metal records. I picked this up on the same trip as a Serial Butcher record, and also has similar memories. This next one is a band that I am playing keyboards in now. My buddy's band Triguna. I have their first 4 records here. Embryonic Forms, which is like a death thrash record. Maladaptive, which is them starting to come to their own. Gratifying Severed Hearts, which is them finally doing their thing, but not completely refined. And this is The Mark of Sacrifice, which is them doing it in a refined manner, in a very much so a Gorguts style. If you like Gorguts, listen to this. Triguna. Next, Icons of Evil by Vital Remains, Slipcase Edition. I hate slipcases, these are stupid. I almost wanted to just throw it away, but here's the CD. It's a good record. Deicide, blast beats instead of thrash beats. You know, Vital Remains. It's everything you'd expect from looking at the album cover. Next, another deathcore record. The Somatic Defilement by Whitechapel. This is a really good deathcore record. Honestly speaking, I am a fan of this. I don't listen to deathcore very much anymore. I don't listen to a lot of death metal very much, in general. But it's a good record. I could listen to it. We're getting down to the last 4. That's why I'm starting to rush a bit here. We're at like the 12-minute mark. Next, Winter Sun, self-titled. I adore Winter Sun. People don't like Winter Sun. For Yari, this feller here, I don't care. I'd keep their personal lives and how they handle things out of it. The album's great. The new album's great. I don't have it yet, but this is amazing. Oh my lord, this is great. I kicked myself in the ass because when I was like 15, I saw this album cover and went, wow, that's really badass. I bet you this sounds like... I would have thought it would have sounded like Nocturnal Mortem since I was just getting into black metal. And I should have bought the LP because it was like $14. But I didn't. But, you know, Winter Sun. Next, Time One. This is the superior Winter Sun record in my opinion. But that is a cooler cover, but that's besides the point. Yeah, it's a great record. You guys have all heard this shit. Here is a really cool record I never heard people talk about. The Inheritance by Witherscape. This is like a Dan Swano, proggy, death metal sort of deal. Really cool stuff. Yeah, this is like a... It has a weird feel to it. You really got to try to listen to this if you've never heard it before. Witherscape's cool. It's kind of got like the Edge of Sanity feel, but a little bit dustier. That's not a good word, but you know what I mean. I hope. Just go listen to this. It has like a King Diamond feel and Edge of Sanity mixed together. It's really cool. Witherscape. And last, I just talked about this, but it's Void by Within Destruction. Great slamming death core record, something. I don't know. Plague Immortality, Void's on here. Good tunes. Within Destruction. So that's it for that. We're going to be starting with my thrash next. If you've made it this far, I ordered a Hell's Headbangers package because they had that $1 sale, and I haven't bought enough stuff lately, and I need to feed my addictions. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be back with another one at some point, and yeah, keep it greasy, guys.